This showcase is actually the first step in us making this space a lot more communal and turning this space into a place that is home for lots of different activities, such as this artist showcase, prayer circles, moon circles, anything that you can think of. Currently, we are hosting classes on yoga, fitness, art, health supportive cooking. We do it all. We even do professional farmer training all the way down to hobby farmer training. Anything you can think of around food and environmental justice, we're a part of it. We also practice policy work at the national, state, and local city level.
I'm going to tell you a story about Daddy's little girl. I never really thought I was pretty. I sought my worth out within the sinking holes of pity, thinking if he loved me, my life was worth living. Maybe if he loved me, I had something worth giving. Receiving love. For my patriarch, it was a death sentence that he always refused. So I became numb. And my demise was a door that I always wanted to choose. My soul became hollow as his grim words reeked through the innocence that was once me. I became earthly, unearthly, alienated, while my mother stayed disaffiliated at a vegetative state. She couldn't tell which words were gaslit, or he just made a mistake. Yearning for Daddy's attention while he wallowed in the empty pit of promises his mother always seemed to mention. I guess that's what generational trauma is. But fuck that. My path will not succumb to a sentence so bleak. My womb is healed from giving young men the chance just because they look back at me. For I am free of my daddy's dream, delusion, that debilitated my ability to speak. For I am free of confusion, the pain that made my life a manic fusion of drugs and sorrow. But hey, it always got better tomorrow.
Be who you are. Be who you are. Be who you are. who you are. Be who you are. You are enough. Be who you are. You are enough. Be who you are. Be who you are. You are enough. You are enough. Be who you are. 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 You understand it's darker. Be who you are.
What is with us these days? What's happening to human beings? What's really going on in the world? Got us desensitized like we're machines. Out here risking it all over silly plastic things. Chasing a feeling to feel something and wanting the feeling to sting. We hang with people who hate us, calling them good friends. The blind leading the blind. Some of you need to clean your lens. Wondering why you feel alone, but look who you're bringing along. A greedy soul-sucking leech, but let you tell it they right. And everybody else is wrong. Anxiety crippling us, anxious morning, noon, and night. Perpetually feeling unsafe, like we gotta always be ready to fight. Eating social media like it's our butter and bread. But broke, depressed, and unhealthy, living through the baddie on Insta instead. Don't get me started on the food we eat. Chemicals in every bite we take. America blasting us with fast food ads, knowing good and well what they feeding us is fake. Ready to grow up so fast, you thought it would get easier one day. track star thinking you could outrun the pain, or drink and drug it away. What is happening to you? Are you aware that dark sometimes look like light? Are you aware that just because it feels good doesn't mean that it's all gonna go well and be all right? That what you're running from will catch you anyway, so you need to look it in the eye and fight. That just because you have desires don't mean your desires gotta have you. Are you aware that your purpose comes first and there's an assignment on your life that you first need to do? You and only you have the power to choose to change in a blink. You are more than your past, your city, your family. You have more in you than you think. The true flex is not the money and clothes and how everybody knows your name. The true flex is focusing on getting yourself out of this unfair, sick, twisted game. Can I tell you something? I know your secret. All you really want is love. Truth be told, some of us sitting in this room, all we really need is a hug. Time doesn't last forever. Who do you want to be? The world is jail and everyone's in chains, but nobody's trying to break free. I found out that freedom is simple as 1, 2, 3. And all I ever had to do was stop choosing them. And just this once, choose me.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep, and as for the monster clawing at my feet, I'll lay still and let him speak. Black dots and bugs that crawl on doors, the little malnourished boy crouching on all fours, levitating off the bed, no sound, just listening to the voice talking in my head. A force of wind knocked out of me. Hold my breath in my sides, I have to pee. The world is a beating pulse when it's pitch black. The wall feels hot up against my back. Covers over my head, I just stopped that. Afraid of the dark, where are my grandmother's pats? Valley, Valley, Valley. She used to call me just like that. Go in another room, why me, this isn't fair. One eye open in case he came laying on me and wanting to pull my hair. How high does night fall? And when does it turn to day? Unable to move under its weight, fighting to get up, but in my sheets I stay. I felt crazy, it was just a fever, Mama said. Turn off the static on the TV and just go to bed. Stop making stuff up, it's all in your head. Many monstrous memories, all by way of the night. Things done in the dark, things that may never see the light. I feel better though, it's much brighter. Speaking on the things that happened to me made me much lighter. Hold on tighter. It may be a while before you see the day. It may not feel like it, but when it gets darker, it means you're going the right way.
My mind has been so clogged, it's left my sight blurry. I've been so conditioned to all the lies, I never stopped to realize how my trauma was growing. The lies, all the lies, they covered me and formed my mask. Consumed by everyone's perception of me, I never really stopped to ask, who am I? Trying to be perfect while I'm truly trembling behind closed doors. Trying to climb the mountains of standards written for me, yet I never questioned why. So focused on my abandonment issues, I was willing to sell myself to the highest bidder. Now my cynicism has consumed me and left me withered. So now I lay my vessel on this placid floor, allowing your eyes to wander and seek solace in my open door. As you explore my wounds that are whispers, but were once screams. Cries of unwanted anger forced on me by the filthy enabler we call life. Self-destruction masked itself as my maker, but I refuse. I refuse to wallow any longer. These aren't just words I'm exuding. This is energy I'm removing as you hear me. The bile once stuck in my throat has cleared. This is a funeral for my old self. A young girl not ready to be seen and lost in fear. Here lies the body of a once bruised soul. A serial people pleaser who couldn't stand on her own. She died so that I could live. To make sure I had a chance to show myself how much I truly had to give.
I'm so sorry for you.
Lose who you are. Lose who who you are. You are safe. Blue, who you are. Blue, please. You are safe. Knows who you are. Blue, who you are. Blue, who you are. Blue,
Has it ever happened to you? One moment you're there. No, you're here. And then you're not. You're here, and then they're not. How does one explain relating keenly to the static that is found on the in-between stages of the TV in the 90s? And I'm not just talking about those of us that grew up in or in close proximity to cookie-cutter cul-de-sacs in the suburbs, but to everyone that got off on scrambled porn. or at least was rocking out to a song that they heard on FM radio while flipping through the stations. You know, the ones that don't come in piercing, not crystal clear, that static. I relate deeply to that static. And sometimes it's just noise, you know, annoying, and sometimes it does come in crystal clear. Sometimes you might hear Puccini or Willie Colon. You might hear songs you never heard of on college radio as you're driving past the cell towers. You may see a boob or a whole doggy style scene that you want to reenact the next time you get lucky. And like I said, it could be the cell towers, or it could be your own magnetism, your own radioactive superpowers, your own energy that keeps it from coming in and out and sometimes help you disappear. And when you're in relation with that space, with that in between, that coming and going, that fuzziness, that clarity, I call that the glitch. Because when that's your foundation, it's easy to stick out. And when you malfunction, when you don't fall in line and operate like the rest of the system, that's because you're the glitch. You. And even when you do fall in line, eventually you're going to glitch out. And that's when you realize that everything, just about everything that has ever been told to you is a lie. That the truth lies somewhere between 3, 6, and 10. You know, ABC, NBC, CBS, because those stations are predictable. They are reliable. They are the givers of truth. And those people are the receivers of facts. And maybe those folks have been poked and pried so much that they couldn't even fathom it coming in crystal clear through the static, that it would alter reality. Alexis Pauline Gumbs said, sometimes the only thing you have to give is what you have to give up. So I stand here holding an onion in front of the TV screen, ready to peel. Layer after layer, one at a time, invoking tears, invoking questions, because the peeling is revealing. And you start to ask the questions like the very adolescent. Why is the sky blue? Who decided there was going to be 24 hours in a day? Who named the sun the sun? Who was the first kid ever to the mundane? I know that I just washed those dishes. How the fuck are they dirty again? To the far more serious. Why do people hate each other so much? Why do I hate myself? Why are people starving? There is more than enough food to go around. I just don't get it. Why don't they care? Do I care too much? Why do we lock up people and throw away the key? Surely we are bright, intelligent beings. We have to find a way to help to transform them. Wait, am I a person or a being? No. It's true that all life began in Africa. So why don't you see Black people as sacred? Why couldn't I give birth through my vagina for my daughter? Because I'm fat? All of those fat statues you dug up and you don't see me as a goddess? So I'm the first fat woman ever to give birth. Nah. Questions. I have so many questions. Is there a thing called collective hate glitching out? Is there a thing called collective harm glitching out? Don't say that. Don't say that. If modern day plumbing is the worst thing that has ever happened to the planet, why can't we all just use compostable toilets? Banning plastic is the obvious answer, no? Questions, going mad with all the questions. Mr. Mayor, just one more question. Madam Secretary, can you please answer the question? Mr. President, fuck you. Madam Vice President, I expected more from you. Why should I expect more? Mom, Dad, anyone? Who decided that that guy was going to be the Pope? And when did we sit back and allow the elite to grab women by the pussy? Questions, so many questions, going mad with the questions. When mad question asking becomes your passion, becomes your obsession. Who decided that capitalism should exist for so long? Why is colonialism not illegal? If Einstein were alive, if Marcus Garvey was still here, if I had 10 minutes with Mother Teresa, with Prince, with Malcolm X, with my great grandmother, what did she look like? Did she see things too? Did she hear things too? I think I can hear her through the static. I think I could feel her in my hips every time I hear those drums. Which brings me to, why didn't my father and I get a chance to make up before he died? Why did it take him dying for me to realize that we have the same eyes glitching out, the same nose glitching out, the same heart that ripped each other apart? Why, God, why, as your faithful servant, wouldn't you give me a chance to apologize, to show him love rather than the places that I cut? Is it because I am all that you say that I am? And who decided? Why would the giver of life assume a masculine identity in the first place? Why did it take so long for me to find peace? I am static fucking clean. Questions, going mad with all the questions. Mad question asking becomes your passion, becomes your obsession. And then there's the reasoning, the philosophical and psychological remedy for living in the glitch. And maybe day after day of seeing, of hearing, of reliving, and month after month of being addicted to man-made formulas for optimal societal function given to me. Maybe that's when I ponder and ask, this must be a dream. I must be dreaming. But in the glitch, I can time travel. I can shape shift. I can lucid dream. Questions, going mad with all the questions. Akilah Richards said, mad question asking will become your passion, become your obsession. So I ask you, is there such a thing as collective grief? Why do we have to feel like this all the time? And if I am dreaming, if I am glitching out, is there a collective glitch? All of us waiting to see, waiting to feel, longing to feel. Connecting through the paradigm of realism, of sanctity, never to be played on 3, 6, or 10. If you got a breath and I got a breath, then we all got a breath, 'cause we're sacred. If you got a breath and I got a breath, then we all got a breath, 'cause we're sacred. Listen to me breathe. Listen to me breathe. If you lose your breath and I lose my breath, then we all lose our breath, 'cause we're sacred. If you lose your breath and I lose my breath, then we all lose our breath, 'cause we're sacred. Listen to me breathe. Listen to me breathe.
The brevity of my breath encapsulates my pain. As it rains down on my soul and seeps a burning hole through my brain. Your words hits my chest like bullet wounds. Is it too soon to say that I won't be remembered? Or did you already forget me as my words timbered? Tiptoed down the mountain of black bodies and empty vessels. Is this life my test though? Or is it a punishment? Or does the sorrow of my mother's soul leave you castrated in the empty pack? The perverted plague that you call the hood, but I call home. White people scared of my block till they built a coffee shop. Now they won't leave it alone. Full deserts to suffice the feces within my hunger, but it is not my gut that seeks fulfillment. As pollution rises from the murky water, oppression fills my lungs. No levee can save me from my becoming if the white man owns it all. Young brains starve for information, but the system seeks to destroy all aligned with liberation. You are not free just because your shackles are clear. There is much work to be done for equity to live here, and it must be done in pain, or we will always live in fear.
Remember what you are.
Be careful. Careful.
I never thought I knew love, at least a one true love, a solid through and through love, an incomparable debt that I could never repay. But mother, if I may, I would like to try. You see, I never really understood why you were so angry when I was a teen. But how could I when you protected me from a world that was always so mean, mild-mannered, that would spit on you, yet you always rose above the standard. A black woman, they say, you're always supposed to be so strong. Yet they spit on you and have the audacity to ask what's wrong. Well, mother, you carried that weight with grace. And before I eat every night, I ask God to save you some space. Save you the glory that you oh so deserve. You see, I owe my mother my life. She taught me how to be a woman and not just another man's wife. She taught me how to stand and not sulk in my own strife. It's not ironic that your name is so close to the sun, Sonia. The breeze that blooms spring magnolias, your love. The matriarch. The solid bones that holds everything together. The womb that gives love and brings a lineage that will last forever. The matriarch. Mother, you see right through me, and you always give my life true meaning.
Be what you are. Be what you
society that was literally founded on the principles of a dream. Literally, people from all walks of life come to America hoping to land, to find their destination in the American dream. I went to Kenya in 2017, and they had Trump posters on trucks, on billboards, like everywhere. And it was just this really weird visual of Trump. Like it was on some dictator type shit. Like they really had this belief that Trump was a sort of savior, you know. And I have friends from other countries. I have friends from Africa, and when I talk to them, it's always like the same sort of pedestalization of the U.S. Like, I can't wait to come to the U.S. Like, I'm excited about the U.S. It's like to have the opportunity to come to the United States for some people in some countries is a dream. It's something that they dream of. It is very hard for some people in different worlds to come to the U.S. And so for them, it's the land of the free. So we do a really good job in America setting all of the citizens and people up to pursue this American dream. And so whether you like it or not, every single one of you, every person has this belief that you will reach this promised land. that there's a dream that promises a picket fence and a dog and a family and love and beauty, and we basically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in college going after this dream. We spend time, we pursue and press to find this dream, to be a part of this dream, to land this dream. I want a degree because a degree means a career, career means money, money means security, security means success, happiness, and the American dream. I literally, trust me, you are programmed, you are wired to believe that when you work, you're gonna work for meaning. You're gonna work to bring your loved ones home. You're gonna work to get something that you don't have. And it was all proposed and given to us because America needed to make money. America needed sheeple. America needed this world to work. And so they sold us this false idea that if you work really, really hard, you are going to get your dreams. In this moment, I will not worry. In this moment, I will not get angry. In this moment, I will love myself. In this moment, I will be what I really am. Deep down inside, the me that connects with all that is and all that will ever be. Some call it God, some call it Allah, some call it nature, some call it the universe. Does not matter what you call it. Not at all. What matters is if you feel it. I want you to know, each and every one of you, that you are a child of God. And when I mean God, I mean truth. No matter what you're going through, no matter where you've been, you will get through. And I love you. I love you. God loves you. Be blessed.
God. You feel like singing today, huh? I'll play you a song. It's so good to see you again. You look a little more sideways than last time I saw you. But your chimes sound really pretty. I've been feeling a lot of feelings since the last time I saw you. But I brought some art to show you. I made this one when I was feeling really hurt. I made this one when I was feeling really hurt and really mad. And I made this one when I was feeling really hurt, but I wanted to have compassion. And I made this one when I was feeling really hurt and really sad. Since the last time I saw you, I've mainly been hanging out with my shadow and the moon, and they're helping me to learn a lot about my feelings. Oh, I'll show you. I'm learning that I've been meeting God's abundance with fear. God told me that I can have whatever I dream of, and that scared me. But God told me I set my own limitations, so now I'm working on unlearning my conditioned scarcity so that I can dream bigger. I learned from Grandpa and Anya to be grateful for my physical body while I have it. So now I run and dance and play for them and for other people who can't. For people who can only do those things through me, including me. And the moon's been teaching me to release my idea of release. I've learned to give my grief permission to hold me and guide me through the depths of my most tender memories and emotions. I've learned to give myself compassion and
care as I allow Source to tend to my wounds directly. My mama said that when I have energy that I don't really want, she said I should just get that off me and don't just throw it out the window. And I still do that, but with my thoughts. I just... But then I kind of started to feel shame about thinking those thoughts in the first place, and I didn't like that. Because I learned I'm not my thoughts, but my thoughts are still a part of me, and I don't want to throw me away. So nowadays I just reach in there and deliberately take that little me right out. And I hold it up to the sun. And I give it the attention and the healing that it needs. And then I put it back in my head and I rub it in. And all the rest of my me's say, welcome back. We've missed you. We're so glad you're feeling better. That's just one way I've learned to befriend my grief, besides coloring. Giving my proper attention and care to my feelings. Learning to befriend my grief was really important after my friend Anya died. Anya Blue lived a much different life than mine. She just needed more help, and I was really happy to give it to her. Taking care of her taught me to take care of myself, and she gave me a new courage to live. Befriending my griefs helped me to reflect on our friendship with curiosity, and it helped me to process a lot of things that felt impossible to accept. Like when you're 22 and one of your closest friends is 22 and you're 23 and your friend is 22 and you're 24 and they're 22, and how they're always going to be 22, and how 83-year-old grandpa is probably more like 25, and how mom got breast cancer twice and still survived. Before I die, I'd like to receive God's abundance without fear. I'd like to free myself from the limits I gave myself for my perceived survival. Before I die, I'd like to know a love so great I'm looking God in the face every day. I'd like to learn to love myself so deep I never come up for air. Before I die, I'd like to leave art behind that helps people cope with their aliveness, and all by expressing mine. I'm so grateful for memories I have of others who have lived before me, and all that they teach me in their living and in their transition life. Like my ancestors. They teach me to live bravely too. They told me that to some of them, death was a relief. It was their one way to be with God. They showed me this song here. God's gonna set this world on fire. sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm gonna sit at the welcome table. I'm gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. I'm gonna eat and never get hungry. I'm gonna eat and never get hungry one of these days. Hallelujah. I'm gonna eat and never get hungry. I'm gonna eat and never get hungry one of these days. God's gonna set this world on fire. God's gonna set this world on fire one of these days. Hallelujah. God's gonna set this world on fire. God's gonna set this world on fire one of these days. The seed can bust before it grows. It must die before it can live. In the sprout, there is a whole tree. It already has everything it needs. You knew that. The seed taught me not to be discouraged by humble beginnings. I find comfort in knowing I'm not separate from nature, divine life. There is nowhere I can go to be away from the divine, for divinity is within me. You and I are just alike, you know. I find our likeness very inspiring. The divinity within us is unmovable. It'll just keep being true. Like sleep to the dead, like the sun burns red, like an afro love my head. And one day, the time will call us home. And when that time comes again and again, I wish for us that we'll understand that there's no use of near and far. We're stardust. No matter what, we'll be here. Regardless of where, we're here. Even when we go, we are here. All of the things that I've ever lived are here. You know, other people don't seem to personify the offspring of, trees and acorns. But us humans seem to have some denial of our mortality and our naturality, like we're not a part of the ecosystem. Our nervous systems resemble the leaves of trees, the veins of the leaves, the roots of the trees, the wings of bees. Our brains are the same as the weed and seeds. That's proof enough for me. You're really singing. I am not disposable, though they may try to dispose of me. They'll try to take my body, but I'll return unto the earth, spirit by my own accord. Spirit, by thine own accord. Lots of people say they wish to be with God, but if we're never separate from God and God's divinity lives in us, then we're already with God. Our wish has already been granted. Look, I drew us. Thank you for holding space for me again today. Till next time.
And run. When run comes, run. The sun somehow makes sun. Moon somehow transforms from this kind of wayward noon. It's black. It's white. I wonder. It's no wonder we continue to lie. Hiding behind the bright black bleeding lights, you were instructed to continue to run. We will continue to tell the truth, refuse to let down, to go up, realizing that it was never what we knew. A bone to chew, to take away that friend lonely, owning me, owns me, don't forget it owes me nothing. Chunking human homework in a day, crazed and heavy, cautious and out of control. They told me to sell everything I sold. Hold on to all the things I forgot to bring. Waste paints on heels and thighs, colored in the lines the whole time I was lied to. Makes less perfect, no adding up, no luck. Destiny told me it was only a bastard son, not like the one shining. It's always been dark. We've always been the lighter, the wood and the spark. We didn't know to connect, infected by conceit, misdirected by a wicked, fickle, lovely by design. Oh, this too solid wish would melt fickle flesh, mesh and mash me. Dark and light me. Moon and sun me, undo what was done to me. Traumatizing, shifting and always resizing. Great and least leads me on the ever blessing table feast. God increases, I decrease. adventuring, exploring. I was sure you told me love runs red and wild. So I'll stay wild and alone a while. I'll meet you here in this place paced out of fear, steering me to it, from it, for the fun of it. Those faces look like me. Those vibrations sound like me. Keep it going. I'm knowing the light in the safe dark places. Those shapes are only shadows. Trace and erase it. It's dark. It grows velvet. It grows darker. Shows the light how bright it is. Life how right from wrong it is. Consciousness keep thriving, enduring, surviving in modern cave and fire. This prayer that you take us higher. Take us higher. Take us higher. Take us higher. Take us higher.
Still I